In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
And then we had fucking Cookie that had some of the goddamn
Jesus,
raunchiest cadences ever.
S&M, man.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
Who can take a pregnant lady, throw her on a bed, fuck her so hard, make the fetus give you head? The S&M man.
Wow, that's going to be a really weird way to start this podcast. We're fucking live.
Fuck boys!
God damn it.
Damn it, Justin.
What's up, everybody? It is your fucking 4 favorite degenerates, the Freedom Friends here. Not even fucking close to live from where, Jazz?
Beautiful San Antonio, Texas.
At the...
Warfighter Tobacco Studios.
Holy shit. It almost sounds like we've been doing this for almost a fucking year.
Almost a year.
Except you did that backwards, buddy.
My bourbon bottle's empty.
Huh?
My bourbon bottle's empty.
Wah, wah.
Well, your glass
is
is
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might get a little weird. We're out of booze, boys. we're finishing up
Yeah,
some bottles.
we're
'cause-
polishing off leftovers.
well,
right now.
last week we went fucking hard on the
We
pain,
did.
dude. Like,
We killed 10 bottles. No, they weren't all full.
No. Well, we did throw away 10 bottles
There were
last
10
week. yeah.
empty bottles in a trash can by the time we got done recording.
yeah. Shit.
I'm not saying we have a problem, but I'm glad that we show up here every day, once a week,
Ready to do work.
because I can call that a meeting.
Fucking
We had friends
A.
here last week, though.
We
so I don't know
did.
if that
We did.
totally
It was a
counts.
fun show last
was
That was a
good
good
Yeah,
time.
we had a good time. Shout out to Jack Mandeville for coming on the show last
And
week.
Hollywood
That was
Herd.
good.
Jack was
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Hollywood was
Herd
here.
in the
Like, it was a good
studio,
time.
Yeah.
Hollywood's buddy.
Your lovely lady came
Yeah.
and hung
Yeah,
out.
Michelle was
Yeah, Michelle was here. Friggin', what's his fuck? Jake?
Yeah.
Jake came by.
Jake came by,
We had
yeah.
a pretty full house.
Yeah,
it was
we
a
had
good
a-
time.
Well, it was
It was a good time. Not so much this week, man. It's just the originals.
Oh, it's still a good time.
Oh, it's always a good fucking time. Shit.
It's such a good time. I have a beer and a whiskey.
Yeah, right? I haven't poured my whiskey yet. I'm still
That's because you
sipping
guys
this
are
beer.
a bunch of fucking good dudes.
I love fucking good dudes.
We know you do. We know you do. That's going to be a shirt. We know you do.
Oh, I thought it was going to be I love fucking good dudes.
Yeah, fucking, we make that shirt too.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Then on the back, we know you do.
I think we should
But,
just
like-
make one that just says fucking good dude on it. Like, just
Or just he's a good dude.
it's a fucking good dude.
Fuck, man.
Oh,
Well, fuck, I'll start it off. Jazz,
yeah, buddy.
how was your weekend?
It was a good
Diving right
fucking
in.
Happy
weekend,
birthday,
my
by the
friend.
way.
Thank
But
you very
like,
much.
again.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Diving right in.
No, it was a good fucking weekend, man.
Yeah.
Solid weekend.
I took the day off on Friday. Didn't go to work. Took PTO, and had an 8:30 a.m. tea time.
Nice.
So I
Played remarkably well.
on the front half I played remarkably well. I don't know what the fuck happened by the time I hit the back nine, but
Booze.
it no, I wasn't even drinking.
That's why.
You
No,
ran out of
right.
swells.
No, front half. I shot a 41 on the front half at that course, and you've played that course.
Now, to be fair,
To be
To be fair,
to be fair, this course that he's playing right now does not have greens.
Are they Browns?
No, they're fucking.
they're playing on temp
They're on
greens?
temp greens, so like you're putting
you're putting on the fairway.
in the fucking fairway. And it's kind of annoying.
I always knew you fuckers like to putt from the rough.
Dude, we make that joke every time.
Every time.
Every time. We make that joke.
The
yeah.
new greens are looking fantastic, though.
They fucking better.
No, they're looking really,
Well, I saw
really
the dude
good.
out there on the Zamboni fucking. Oh,
Yeah.
are we interrupting you?
Sorry.
So- So-
Almost a year, boys. Almost
Almost
a
a year.
whole year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure mine's up.
But no, so I shot a 41 on the front, which on that course, it's not a gentle course anyways, and it's playing on temp greens, so like your putting is still all fucking just weird because you're putting on a fairway.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't exactly read the fairway. Like it's like, oh, I don't fucking know what this ball is gonna do. Like it's gonna go that way.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot.
Yes. Like
It's crapshoot.
so I shot a 41 on the front, and then the back I shot like a 53 or something. Like it got rowdy on the back end, but.
You're gonna get so used to fucking shooting on those like temp greens that when you finally do get on a good green,
just gonna send the
thing's
ball.
just
Like,
gonna
it's
be rocking.
fucking full
Just
send,
gone,
dude.
yeah.
Like,
And well, that's why we go and play like some of the other courses in the par 3 and stuff.
yeah,
like that
yeah,
to
yeah.
actually
Yeah, that's true.
putt. But so I did that, and then that afternoon, I went home, had some beers, watched cartoons,
Nice.
and then went and got a new golf bag because
Nice.
I've had my golf bag like 10 years.
Yeah.
And so I got a gift certificate from my mother in my email.
Dude, you are far and away your mom's favorite kid.
Maybe. Could be.
Bullshit.
Could be. Could be. So I got a gift card on my birthday to Golf Galaxy, actually, that said, like, hey, go get. Actually, I got it Thursday night that said, go get whatever you want for your game tomorrow
Nice.
so that you have your birthday present to play your golf game with. So I actually got that Thursday night. And then Friday night, the missus and I went to dinner. And I know the chef where we go eat. So he
Oh,
heard it was.
Did you get the hookup? That fucking.
that amazingness.
So this was actually the third chef call dinner I've now had there.
Yeah.
So I had that one that I showed you guys. I took Caitlin back another time. He did that again with a tomahawk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he did one tomahawk for the two of us, and then did a crab dish for her and a lobster dish for me and stuff. And then this time, he did a roasted mushroom and lobster stuffed New York strip.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it was with
I
a
just drooled.
Yeah, dude.
bourbon, maple, and bacon sauce, like in its own ramekin next to it, that was meant to be like dipped into.
Did you say ramekin?
Did you just drink it? Did
You
you
know,
drink that?
It's like
Yes,
the
it
little
was-
cups you put your sauce in.
Yeah.
Those are ramekins.
Oh.
And so he even brought me a little
expanded my
spoon so that I could
vocabulary.
get like the full chunks of bacon out of this thing
Fuck, yeah.
to put on the steak. And then made my wife a crab. I can't describe it any other than it was a crab cake, but huge.
Nice.
But it was a crab cake on top of a salmon steak with some sort of sauce and all this ridiculous.
Fucking
So
A,
he went
dude.
hard in the paint, and then he brought me dessert and all that kind of stuff. But
Sweet.
Chef Tony's he's a great fucking guy.
But then they fucking sing like happy birthday from all of us to you.
Don't do that there, thankfully. And so, but I know most of the staff there.
They
so,
didn't roll out the wooden horse and give you
No,
a big
they didn't do
cowboy
any of
hat?
that. No, but I know most
Wrong
of the
kind of
staff there,
steakhouse.
so it's nice because even though it's a bit of a formal restaurant, because I know so many people, I get to go and kind of be myself. So
Yeah.
I don't have to do the whole like.
Yeah,
they're not always
shout
yes.
out to Perry's, man. Perry's is a good fucking place.
I didn't go to Perry's.
Oh, it wasn't
Oh.
Perry's.
No, Fleming's is my
Fleming's.
is my
Fleming's,
go-to
it's not
place.
Perry's.
Fleming's is
Fleming's
they're my place.
Steakhouse. Yeah.
But that's where I know the chef and I know a lot of the wait staff and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So when it's funny because you'll watch the other servers deal with the tables and they're like standing there like, but what can only be described as parade rest, like going yes
Right.
ma'am, right away sir, da 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 da, and then they'll come to my table and like,
They're like,
what the fuck's going on? And they're like,
"Sup,
and-
dude?"
yeah, and they're over there like joking around and
Yeah.
and all this kind of stuff. So we have a great time. We still get outstanding service and the food's still amazing. And then Caitlin, for my birthday dinner, got me a bottle of the Duckhorn Merlot that we
Yeah.
had with dinner, which is one of my favorites on their menu there. And so we had a great time. So that's 1 year to the date from the first time that Caitlin has ever eaten there because we went there for my birthday last year.
Nice.
Nice.
So that was 1 year to the day. That was the go back into Fleming's being the regular. But we love eating there. It's kind of how we spoil ourselves every other week or so. We go and have dinner
Sure.
at Fleming's and bouge it up a little bit.
Nice.
Well, as bougie as we're gonna go.
And this is what you get when you don't have kids, kids.
Yep.
I eat
But,
it at McDonald's every now and then.
We typically go straight from work. So like we'll show up and I'll have a t-shirt on that says like I heart violence and I'm like sitting there in this restaurant where everybody's in like sport coats and shit like that and nobody says a word to me. They're just like, yeah, it's great to see you.
Yeah.
And the manager comes over and the chef comes out and all this shit and it's funny because they'll bring us this stuff and then everybody else in the restaurant's like,
They're like, I didn't see that on the menu.
what the fuck's he getting and whatever.
Was that the special?
And I'm like, well, don't be a dick. Like, say hi to people. Don't
Right.
treat these people like they're garbage. They're
Yeah.
masters of their craft. Like, even
Allow them to cater to you because
Right.
they're amazing when
Yeah.
they do it.
Yeah.
well, because even the servers at a
they will
restaurant like
take
that are fucking
care
next
of you.
level.
They're
Like,
on point.
these guys are masters of their craft. The
especially the-
chefs, the sommelier, the servers and stuff. Like, let them do what they do
Yeah.
and respect them for it. Like,
The
this isn't
reason
fucking Applebee's.
The reason the
Like,
plates are so expensive and the drinks are so expensive
work.
isn't because of the products that they put into it.
no,
It's
the skill behind it.
it's all
and
of
that's
it.
what you're
The
paying
service,
for.
the skill, the knowledge,
Yeah.
the
'Cause-
the pairings when it comes down to the food. Like
I want to take you, Mikey, because their old fashioned there is actually on point.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty.
I'm a fan of old fashions. You know that.
And they're old fashioned if you get it there. It's default Basil Hayden's.
Scott used to drink those.
That's
dude.
by
It was called
default. It's
fashions.
just Basil Hayden's. Yeah.
They've changed over the years a little bit.
And then so that was Friday night, and then Saturday,
Shit.
I ran a couple errands and stuff like that, and then had my birthday party.
Super soft.
So my super soft
was
birthday
fucking
party on
amazing.
Saturday.
It was a
Solid.
hardcore party for a
7-year-old girl.
Yeah, 12-year-old girl.
It was an 8-year-old little girl's
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
Yeah.
It was.
There's unicorns everywhere.
There's unicorns
Nothing but
everywhere.
Sparkly
Craziness.
dicks and fucking.
Yes.
Sparkly curtains on all the doors and shit.
Yeah, it
Everybody
was
got goodie
glorious.
bags. Like it was. Even the drinks were super soft. Like it was.
Yeah, and I'll fucking cover that when I talk about my
So,
weekend.
so that was that, and then Sunday, got up Sunday morning and went down to RDI,
Yep.
and our lovely ladies got some trigger time in with the coaching of one John Simons,
Yeah.
Sure.
who gave him some really tiny tips and tricks that. And you could
Made
like, instantly see the results. Like
Yeah.
it was like,
The best part about doing that is the instant change.
oh my god,
When
it was
the
insane.
issue's corrected.
Yeah.
And it's the smallest things. Like one of the biggest thing was a trigger follow through, holding
Oh,
it back,
yeah.
and then coming back off reset after you already saw your
Yeah.
impact and everything where it was. And it was huge because I could literally look through the spot and scope and be like, okay, hit over here, and they'd shoot, and I'm like, hold the trigger back next time. They do it again. I'm like, dink. I'm like, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we watched
That
it
and
go
body,
from
body position's another big one
Yeah.
that can turn
Well,
around.
their body position was pretty solid, but
Yeah, they were
those
good.
little
Shooting in a
tricks.
prone, so
but
it
we
was
watched
pretty easy.
we watched both of the girls go from like 4-inch groups to like less than 1-inch groups off of tiny little tips that John was given, and
Haley
it was
just fucking stacking same hole.
yeah.
And then every once in a while she got a flyer and she's like, fuck. And I'm like, well, I don't even have to say it. You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knew what she fucking did.
Yeah.
She actually commented to me on the drive home. She's like, I fucking love the way John
Yeah.
teaches.
It was great.
She's like, he's so fucking forward and straight, but he doesn't make you feel like a fucking idiot.
No, you
You know,
can't.
and
But
I
is
was,
it-
she
if
was like, I could fucking learn from him.
The easiest, so it's
So
taught to
much.
me fucking years ago that if you can't explain it to an 8-year-old and get them to understand, don't try to tell anybody shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but at the same time,
You
you
know?
weren't speaking to them like they were 8 years old.
No,
like you,
because
and I think that's what she means is it was really good information and it was simple and it was direct,
yeah.
but never once
It was no condescend.
there was no like,
Yeah.
why the fuck don't you know this? Like it was.
Yeah.
well,
No.
how would you expect him to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would much rather
And so
go
it was great.
like,
That's why I didn't do shit. I went out there
dude,
and I
me and
fucking
Jess
sat in a
just
chair and
hung
shut
out.
the fuck up. I was like,
Mikey said something one time, and Haley turns and goes, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah.
it gets right back in a prone, and I didn't say
give me a
anything. I would just
fucking
get a
minute.
little like, yes.
She's like, give me a fucking minute. I was like, whoa,
yeah.
fucking bite my head off. You're the one that fucked up and forgot ammo.
The only thing,
So you can never teach your own wife.
nope.
No,
I mean, well, because
You
I taught Haley how to shoot pistol, and she does great, and I taught her like how to like look through a scope, and I've taught her like a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like basic fundamental safety.
My wife, if I had a teacher, it would be better to grab the most inexperienced, biggest moron of anything ever off the street,
Right.
and she would be like, oh, okay. And I'm like, honey, he has zero experience and he does not know what he's talking about.
Yep.
And
I
it's
told-
just the nature of it.
I told my wife on the way out there because she was like trying to ask me questions. I was like, I'm not going to tell you a goddamn
Right.
thing. Well, we'll talk about anything you want to on the drive out here, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not talking about firing on the way out there. I'm not going to give you any advice when we're
Yeah.
out there. I'm not doing shit. John is there. Anything and everything that I've ever talked to you about shooting, you can just go ahead and assume I'm fucking wrong. And whatever John tells you to do,
That's exactly what I said too.
that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is not my world.
Yeah, I was
This
like,
is-
if you were on a fucking machine gun course, I could help you out.
Oh, yeah.
If
Sure.
you were, if
you
were
need me to tell you how to
fucking-
door stack and go in and just sling lead from 15 feet into a fucking IPSC target, I got you.
yeah, if you need like mount instruction,
You need
I'm
me
there.
to you need me to sit here and help you set up your rifle for fucking single mills and shit. No, I'm not. I can't fucking help you.
Yeah, I'm
like this
just
is
like-
not my
you want to
world.
shoot a fly off a fence post. at 100 yards, come talk to me or Scott.
I can't do that for you. Do you know why? Because I can't shoot like that. I sure as fuck can't teach you to shoot like that.
I'm just glad that I was able to teach John everything I knew before I forgot it all.
Yeah, me too.
So let's face it, you've invented and forgot more about shooting than anybody else left alive.
It's a true story.
Now when I go to the range, John can teach me. It'll be great.
But no, he did fantastic. And by the time we left, both the girls were sitting there communicating with each other from rifle to rifle. And
so the biggest
we're
reason,
drilling targets and shit like that.
The biggest reason I did that, and it was a very selfish reason, is because now they can go out whenever they want, and I don't have to go.
Yeah.
You know
None of us
I
have
mean?
to go. No. Now it's like, ladies,
exactly
go,
what it is. But
go
now,
train, get your communication down.
If they want to go past, if they want to start going into different scenarios past what we shot at the other day, then here's a little bit more instruction. Now you guys go have fun.
And that's exactly what we discussed out there. Is we want to go back out.
Maybe what we do is when we want to get that 22 up, we have them each go shoot a match with that. Just to get used to shooting a match.
Oh, running one of those 22 matches. Yeah,
they do them out at.
I know. I was talking to the guy telling Scott.
But maybe that's
fucking guy showed up
for position.
We'll get to that story.
For positional stuff and whatnot. That might be a good thing for them to do.
We did say the next thing that we want John out for is because now the girls that since they can name a target, shoot at it, and then the other person can call in corrections and stuff like that. Cool.
They have a very unique form of measurement.
My wife and her fucking mouth right off the bat, she was like, "You're like 2 small dicks away from your target,
but not lengthwise width."
But not length width.
The best part, Caitlin's like, "Oh, okay." Whap, smacks the target. And I was just like, hey, fuck it. If it's stupid and it works,
I look at John, I go, she knows that measurement well.
And then literally the next round, Haley squeezes one off, and I hear my wife go, "You're like a sea hair to the left." And Haley was like, "Got it." Clink, smack. I was like,
it's so funny.
This is the best measurement system I've ever heard in my life.
I told him, I was like, you guys need to like figure out exactly what that form of measurement is and use those words when you're at Mammoth.
Yeah.
Because the people around you, because there's going to be a whole bunch of dudes.
Yeah. Well, I was like,
that's what you're calling for corrections. Oh my God.
It's a Super Plus Max tampon to the left. What the fuck?
Right. That means 1.5 mils.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being on the line behind them while they're shooting, and you just hear them go like, 2 black dicks right. Impact, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
I'd be like, wait a minute.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
So yeah, did that, and then man, so we were only supposed to be out there to zero the weapons, but of course the girls are like super motivated, so like they got zeroed, and they were like, yeah, but we want to keep shooting.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right. So we were out there for a while, and it was fucking hot.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to come home. I was supposed to go to my grandmother's place and drink wine so she could wish me happy birthday and shit. I got home and was smoked. I was like, dude, I don't want to do jack shit. I want to sit in this chair.
100%. Yeah.
I don't want to do anything. So,
shout out to Reese too for just coming out and helping.
Right?
Fucking good on you, Reese. He didn't squeeze a single trigger.
Nope.
All he did was sweat out sugar and booze.
Nice.
And
help move stuff around.
Targets, set targets up at 100, all this. And I was just like, at the end, we're like, do you want to shoot? And he's just like, not really.
It's fucking hot. He's like, I want to go home to the AC and hang out with my puppy. And I was like, fucking A, man.
Yeah, he came to hang out, but he was helping us move pop-up tents around and fucking move targets and shit.
Yeah.
It was
good work.
He's a good dude.
He's
fucking good dude, man.
Fucking good dude.
No, you do.
Yeah.
But so all in all, my birthday weekend was I'm gonna call it a 100% success.
Nice.
Johnny boy.
Yo.
How was your weekend, buddy?
Well, it's great. It's usually Scott and I that are just repeating stories, but now I think
it's gonna be us three. Shit.
All of us are repeating repeating
well, I think
stories.
other than Sunday.
What did I do Friday?
Friday, Hollywood.
Oh, Hollywood is here. Yeah. So I hung out with Hollywood Friday night. Everything's fucking closed, so we didn't really do much.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? It's like I had a friend that wanted to hang out on Friday. He was like, let's go get some beers and stuff for your birthday. And I was like, where?
One of the places that was open was my favorite Thai place, Thai Spice.
Oh, in the Forum?
Yeah.
I love that place.
So I was like, hey, Hollywood. I was like, what do you want to eat for dinner? He's like, oh, I don't care, man. Well, we could just cook burgers here or something. I'm like, you like Thai food? He's like, I fucking love Thai food. I'm like, get in the truck. So
nice.
Went to Thai Spice. Literally told a little Thai lady that was our waitress, fuck me up, fam, with my Thai fried rice.
Yeah.
And she did like usual. Always a good time. That was Friday night. Saturday, went to your house, Jazz, for
Yes,
your
you did.
birthday. Super soft. Sunday went to the range. Actually, when I got back from the range, I went and sat in the pool for the rest of the day, literally until about 7:30 that night. Didn't even
Nice.
get out of the pool once.
Which
Like,
pool?
Fuck this.
Wait, what pool? I've been to your house.
No, Madison's watching a dog, and they have a pool in their backyard. So I'm like,
Fucking A.
is a pool
Hey, I was
fair
like-
game? She's like, yeah. I'm like, done. Let's go. She's like, I'm in.
I was like,
Nice.
wait a minute, I've been to your fucking house. It's like
It's a kiddie
it's like
pool.
a concrete
I had
it's like a
kiddie pool.
concrete patio, like 15 feet of grass and then a fence. There's no fucking pool there. Like
Oh, was that Friday? No, that's Thursday night. That's when you came over, right? Thursday.
Yeah.
We had a guest try to get in my backyard.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So we're all sitting outside. Me, Scott, and Hollywood. We're smoking
Kira
cigars.
alerted us.
fucking fence
And
jumpers.
we're just bullshitting, having a good old time, and then all of a sudden, Kira's usually a mute. She never makes any noise.
I don't
doesn't
think I've
bark,
actually ever
right?
heard Kira bark.
Kira's laying on the grass, minding her own business, and all of a sudden she just pops up and starts going to fucking town. And all of us were just like, what the fuck? And we look over at the fence, and a fucking possum decided to skyline across the fence like a squirrel would do. But it was a possum. And I was like, please don't jump in the yard. That's all I'm thinking. Like, for one, Kira, I don't know what she's going to do, but if that thing doesn't want to play dead, then it's going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Possums
So
are fucking disgusting.
they are.
Fucking.
So I have a
Forked penises.
It's an opossum. Technically.
so I have a little BB gun
Fuck them both. I don't-
that I got during quarantine, so I could shoot in the backyard because it's quarantine. There's nothing else to fucking do.
Sure.
And so I
And
run
it's
inside,
Texas.
and grab the BB gun. At this point, it ran behind trees in like the corner of the yard, but it still like didn't get off the fence, didn't come on like in my yard, didn't go to the neighbor's yard, nothing. It was just sitting there like taunting Kira. Kira's still going to town. It was just barking at this thing.
So you fucking.
I literally walk up point blank, and actually it wasn't point blank the first one. I missed. It went right underneath his chin. And so then I go back, get another fucking BB because it's a single shot.
Oh, the breakovers.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a breakover. Go right back over. I'm literally like 2 inches away from this thing. And I'm just like, whap.
Nice.
So every time I've let her out since then, it decided to get its tail caught on a branch on my side of the fence, and then its foot caught in between two of the posts in the fence. And so it was a headshot and immediately killed the thing, but it just dumped all of its blood on the inside of my fence.
Oh, so Kira's just out there just
So every
losing
time
her
she
fucking
runs
mind.
out, there's just a giant blood puddle and blood all over the fence. And she's just like, this is the best thing in the world. Something came by and took it in the middle of the night, so it doesn't stink, luckily. But
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, that was Thursday to Sunday for me.
Yeah.
Mikey, how's yours?
It was great, man. I had a good time. Fucking Friday night, Haley and I did our regular date night. Hung out at the house, watched a movie.
Trolls World Tour
Fucking A.
because I talked to you. That's
Yeah,
the only
yeah,
reason I
that's
know
right.
that
You
because
called
I
me.
called you. Yeah,
I watched Trolls World Tour, which, by the way, quality fucking flick, man.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Honestly,
I liked the first one.
if you took Trolls World Tour and used it as a metaphor for like reflections in society of today, it would fucking fix a lot of things. It would fix a lot of problems, like with diversity and shit. I was like, huh. Like, this is relatable.
I actually argue that Indian in the Cupboard is an allegory
That
for
was a
the
great
rise
movie,
of
though.
America.
Oh,
That was a really good
I can
movie,
dig
too.
it. I
Go
can dig
watch
that.
it again with that in your mind, and you're gonna go.
God, it's been
Mother
fucking decades
fuck,
since
it's a
I
great
watched that
movie.
fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a
Go
great
watch
movie.
it.
So we did that, and then Saturday we ran some errands during the day. Went and got some beard spray.
Came to my house.
Came to your place, picked up Haley's rifle,
You did get some beard spray.
got some beard spray. Those of you who watched the live feed will notice that my beard was multicolored.
Yes, it was. There's still a little bit in there.
No, I got it all out.
Oh, then you're just going gray?
I'm just going gray. That's just grays. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
You were not one to talk, man. Matter of fact, none of us sitting in this fucking bar can run our fucking mouths about that. So,
Yeah, one of my employees decided to call me out today for my fucking super villain stripe.
I like how your grays are like
It's
perfectly
I just have this
symmetrical.
and then I even have the
Mine are
split.
just scraggly all
Yeah.
over grays.
It's my super villain
mine's
stripe.
coming in stripes. It's
Yeah.
fucking dope. Like, I'm enjoying that.
Dope.
But
I like my super villain
looks like you went down on Frosty the Snowman.
ice queen.
Yeah. So,
I eat ice.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we. So I dyed my beard. It was pink, purple, and blue to match the super soft theme. I also painted my toenails.
You did.
Yeah, I've
true
never
story.
painted my toenails before.
Well, you didn't paint your toenails.
No, my wife painted them for me. She was laughing the whole fucking time.
It was a good job.
She did a great job.
Shout out to Haley for fucking
She did
nailing
a
that
great
paint
job
job.
on
Yeah,
those hideous toenails.
Dude, they're so bad. Fucking
It's like
terrible
Maya.
grunt feet, dude. Just gross.
There's a definite improvement.
Oh, dude. So it's off now. Like she used the stuff last night, and like literally, I'm laying there in bed last night, and I'm in fucking pain because I had like ingrowns, and I was like, "Fuck, man," and I was like, "Fuck this." So I go to the bathroom with a fucking pair of clippers and like cut off half my fucking big
Yeah.
toenails just to get it out of there. I was like, "Fuck," they look even worse today, but they don't hurt right now, so I'm happy.
It's so relieving though when you fucking get
Oh,
those
yeah.
clippers like in that inside corner and
When
you
you
pry
finally
that bitch out
Get
and
that
cut it off, and you're like,
motherfucker.
oh,
dude, that is like on par with
I feel like my shoes fit better afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
oh.
Like, well, because like on Sunday when we went to the range, I was wearing my Solomons, which are normally the most comfortable fucking shoes I own,
That's what they're supposed to be.
and my fucking toes were fucking still killing me just because they were ingrown.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck this, dude. Like, it sucked. But so Saturday we went to your party. Had some super softness over there.
It was super soft.
Shout out to your girl Caitlin.
She crushed it.
Crushed it.
That's exactly what a super soft party. She set the
Yes.
bar for all super soft parties going
Yes.
forward.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously.
So
She even had goodie bags for everybody.
Cupcake station.
goodie bags, cupcake stations, fucking the drinks though. That's
They
what I
were
want to talk about.
Super soft.
Super fucking soft drinks. The Flirtini. They were all from the show Letterkenny. If you're not familiar, go watch episode 2.
You fucking
of
up, bud.
Letterkenny. You are fucking up, bud.
Because that party was 10 ply.
fucking 10 ply. Yeah.
Can confirm.
Yeah. Texas ties 10-4. So,
By the way, those are all the sayings on the koozies that were handed out.
yeah. I got Modines too.
I'm kind of jealous of the koozie you got to take home.
I got Modines too. So, I drank at least 2 of every fucking super soft drink that you had.
Well,
on
then
the
we
menu.
invented one.
And then we started making shit up, and it's all sugary fucking cocktails.
It was even sugary booze.
Yeah.
Because that final one that we landed on that I just started pounding,
Yeah.
I switched from regular vodka to raspberry vodka.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just vodka with more sugar in
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah. And luckily we finished the night on a decent bourbon and a great cigar. Thank
Yes.
you for that
Yeah,
again, by
that
the
was
way.
delicious.
dude, that was my thank you to the Freedom Friends for
Dude, that was
giving
awesome.
up your time. 'Cause,
That was-
What
Fucking
were we
awesome.
smoking and drinking?
so we were.
We're drinking some Horse Soldier
That was Horse
But it wasn't
Soldier.
just Horse
That
Soldier.
was Horse Soldier.
Select.
The
The
single barrel,
single barrel. Yeah.
which is
Fucking phenomenal.
Fucking
it-
glorious.
Yeah,
like
it's
as
good.
good as Horse Soldier is, and then you drink that, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, it's smoky but smooth.
Ah,
like
so
it's
good.
Yeah.
it was so
It was
good.
a
It paired
fucking-
perfectly with that cigar.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
and then the cigar that we had was original La Flor Dominicana factory press 2s that I still had in the original racks
From
like
what,
in the
from what
original.
year?
I believe those are from 04.
Yeah.
So
They had some age on them.
Yeah.
they had a little bit of age
Dude,
on
it
them.
was like
So that was-
smoking a
I
belt.
got-
But I warned
awesome.
everybody. I was like, look, these are
So the-
fucking old. Like
but the
they're
cool-
fragile. Like
The coolest thing is when I smoke a new cigar, and most cigars that I smoke anyways, I'll cut them and then I'll do a dry draw. Before I light it, I'll take a draw and kind of do a retro. Draw it in your mouth, blow it out your nose. And you get to taste, you get a hint of some of the flavors that you possibly could get out of the cigar, or sometimes that you do get out of the cigar.
yeah.
And so we're sitting out on your patio, and I cut it, do a dry draw, and I watch Scott, and he cuts it and do a dry draw too. And we both kind of have like a weird look, like, the fuck is that flavor? And they did another one. I do like 3 or 4 dry draws and trying to figure it out. And I was like, this is like the chicken flavored ramen noodles.
Yeah, you were like chicken
had it.
bouillon.
It's like, and it's exactly what it fucking
It was
dry-
awesome.
Yeah.
As soon as you lit it, it did not get any of that flavor.
No.
But it was just so
I
weird.
think that comes from the. I never removed them from the cedar racks.
Yeah.
So when I got a hold of them, I bought 2 racks. I'd found this store that had bought the case. So they come in a box of 120 cigars.
Yeah.
So it's 10 racks of 12 in this big cedar crate, and it unfolds. So I found the shop that had them, that had bought them in 04 when they came out, and they were sitting there. So when I found them, I was like, son of a bitch, and I bought 2 full racks. And I had a full rack and then another rack that had 4 in it. And I bought those in 09.
yeah.
So in the last 11 years, I've smoked 8 of them.
Yeah.
And I never took them out of the rack. I didn't like take them out of the rack and put them in a humidor and stuff like. I just always left them in the cedar racks. And I think that's where a lot of that bouillon flavor was coming from. Was just they had never come out of those cedar racks.
They're good.
It was fucking great. I know that.
But man, they did smoke like belt leather.
Dude, it was fucking good though, bro. Like
cracked pepper.
But,
it was nice. So I was,
in my opinion, cigars like that, regardless of who you get them from, like everybody has their favorite, right?
Sure.
Cigars like that, yeah, I could go pull them out of the racks whenever I want to and sit on my patio and smoke it and whatever. But when you have an event where you have people that matter to you,
sure,
that and you can have a cigar like that and share it with the people that are around.
More enjoyable with company.
Yeah, definitely. And so to me, being able to pour that bourbon and have those cigars with close friends of mine and stuff like that, that's what I wanted out of my birthday. As awesome as my party was,
sure,
like moments like that are to me it's kind of what cigars are all about. I call cigars the great equalizer.
Yeah.
Regardless of how much money you make or what your background is or whatever else you believe and or identify with or a good cigar amongst people, you find that all of that shit just fucking disappears. It didn't matter if you spent $400 on your cigar or $4 on your cigar.
Yeah.
Like somehow being able to agree that a good cigar is good.
Yeah.
Somehow you've found this equal playing field where everybody can just have a discussion and hang out. And so I've always called cigars the great equalizer. And so moments like that where you have something rare, but I believe good friendship is also rare. It seemed like the appropriate cigar. So it was awesome to be able to share it with you guys.
It was a truly good cigar.
It was great. So we finished the party. I drive home.
Which you probably shouldn't have.
Probably not. But I did. And I drive home and I get to the house, fucking, Haley's still awake.
This is one of those do as we say, not as we do situations.
Yeah. Yeah. I get to the house, fucking Haley's still awake. She's like, you fucking smell like booze. I'm like, yeah, I had a lot. And she's like, go to bed. So I go to sleep. I wake up at 3 a.m. because like
was it already there?
I was like weird on a pillow.
Yeah.
So like my neck was fucking killing me. And I had this fucking headache from all that sugar fucking booze.
It was bad.
I had a hangover at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
And by the way, the party ended at like 10:30.
Yeah.
So this wasn't like we're talking.
Like this is just a few hours.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I'm like, oh my fucking God. So I get up and I walk into the man cave and I'm like, and I sit on the fucking recliner and I kick my feet up and I grab a pillow and I'm just like, fuck this. And I go back to sleep. And I'm sitting there trying to pound water and I go back to sleep. I wake up at 6, like 6:30-ish. And I hear my kids fucking screaming. And my head feels like it's in a fucking vice. It's somebody's pouring fucking butthole fucking acid like on my fucking down my throat. Like I'm just like, fuck these goddamn these super soft drinks. I'm like, oh my God. They were delicious.
They were so good.
Fuck that. I paid for it the next morning.
I have not had a fuzzy navel in 30 years.
Yeah. The cocktails at the party were delicious.
Dude.
They were so good.
Yeah.
So I totally cheated. My wife actually looked out for me before I went to bed. And she brought me a fucking vitamin water zero, like the zero sugar.
I drank one of those on the way home.
Zero whatever. So she brought me one of
Didn't
those.
help.
And 3 800 milligram Aleve liquid gels.
There you go.
So I fucking took all 3 of those and pounded it before I went to bed.
Nice.
Whether you wake up or you don't, you're still going to feel good.
I woke up in the morning to go to the range and I was like, man, I feel fucking great. Like, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I did not. But I get up, because if you be a man at night, you can be a man in the morning.
You're damn right.
Yeah. So fucking another Letterkenny reference.
Yeah. We said 10 o'clock at the range.
Yeah.
I was there at 9:45.
Yeah. I got there just after 10. That's because we had to stop and buy sodas.
I was there at about 10:30 because nobody gave me the address.
John Simons doesn't own a watch.
Well, nobody gave me the address.
John, I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
You're one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And I think Scott's going to probably back me up on this. out of all the amazing attributes that you have,
Oh, I'm never on time.
Punctuality is not the one.
Punctuality
I know that.
is not one of them.
I'm never
so
on
when
time.
we said 10 a.m., I was like, I'm going to go 10:30, 10:45.
Like on the way, I called him on the way and was like, "Hey man, anybody give you the address?" And he's like, "Oh, I googled it." And I was like, "Okay, good," because
Yep.
I fucking forgot to. I don't know if Jazz did.
Yeah.
We're probably not running on all cylinders this morning. So I stopped. I was about 5 minutes late because I stopped to grab sodas.
Well, I
because-
was trying to do John math, so I was sitting there going like, it's an hour to the range. We said 10 o'clock. So in John math, that means he's leaving his house at about 9:45.
But the good thing is so when I got to the range,
but he
even
drives
though-
fast enough that he's going to make up
Right.
a little time.
But he's gonna do about 85 miles an hour in his truck.
87.
Yeah. And that's gonna put him at the range about 10:30, 10:40, somewhere in there. Like, and right at like 10:35, in
was
comes
right on
Rolling
time.
John. I was like, yep.
But I did come prepared.
You did.
And if I didn't, I think it would have been a fucking miserable day.
No, it was
Oh,
great.
God.
If you showed up, you
It would've
hooked
been
everybody
fucking
up.
terrible,
You had the
'cause-
pop-up tent, you had chairs, you had spotting scopes, like it
Fucking
was range
rangefinder,
finders,
everything that we ever
tools, like
Yeah.
everything that everybody else forgot to take.
Yeah.
John had in his truck, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is fucking stellar.
Like he fucking John for the win on that.
Yeah, it was great.
So I brought the can launcher out, and we fucking first and foremost, like right off the bat, I'm like, I'm fucking shooting this right now. So,
Hold on.
I think we were there.
this is before you got there.
Oh, okay.
I fucking
no, seriously, I think we were there. We got all the bags out. We pulled the rifles out, popped the bipods, set them down.
Yeah.
I turned to look at Caitlin, and I was like, pull your bikini off, da-da-da-da, off the scope. Off the scope.
Whoa,
Fuck, maybe I should have been on time.
Yeah.
Scott's like, fuck, did I miss?
Yeah.
What?
Off the scope or whatever, and I was like, we got to go check the Connex for targets. I turn around, Mikey's standing there with the can launcher, and he was like, we doing this? And I was like, go for it, man. The fucking range is, we own the range, fucking go for it.
Yeah.
Mikey fucking loads the blank. Boom. Got some good distance. I was
Yeah,
like,
100 yards.
I was like, shit,
We're getting 100 yards out of it.
that is impressive.
and
so-
I'm like, you in? And he's
I'm
like,
sitting there-
fuck yeah, I'm in.
Well, it's your brand new toy. You hadn't shot it, so I didn't assume anything, right?
Right.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever. He shoots one can, looks at me, and goes, "You in?" I was like, "Of course I'm fucking in." Like, who the fuck you asking?
Yeah.
I will pull trigger on any weapon at least once.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I may find some where I'm not a big guy.
Like,
I
kicks
may
like-
fire some and just be like, I don't need to shoot this anymore. Like, this is
Right.
not for me.
It kicks like a fucking mule, dude.
It felt like a shotgun.
Yeah.
So it kicks like a mule in comparison to the fact that you're holding an AR-15 frame.
Right.
Yeah.
And in comparison to shooting anything else on that frame, yes.
Yeah.
It kicks. It doesn't help that you also had a pistol blade on that thing. That didn't.
No, I did.
No, you had a support brace on it.
Oh,
It
did
wasn't
I?
like a stock. It was a
Oh, no,
pistol
it's just,
support
it's,
brace.
it's just a shitty fucking stock. It's a stock, but it's
and
barely.
Yeah.
It's one of those shitty like hollow things with a little strap around the back end that you can put on a pistol, like an AR pistol.
Did I have a
and
pistol frame on that?
It's got a pistol brace on it.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even pay
Which
attention.
didn't make it better.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Nah, it was my Two Vets Arms one. It's supposed to be the beard friendly one. It's a stock. It's just shit.
it is fucking garbage. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna keep that set up, we gotta do something about that stuff.
Yeah, I'll put
Like,
a better stock on it.
It's fucking rowdy. Let's
Yeah.
put a big M2 motherfucker on there. Just
you go.
fuck big heavy son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Just fucking. But
So-
it's a blast.
I shot that a couple times, and then John gets there, and John pulls out the old silenced fucking FN shotgun.
Right.
and he's like,
That thing is fucking dope.
yeah, I think it's amazing. So I'm like, you ready? And he's like, yep, pull. So I shoot this bitch in the air. This motherfucker tags it 3 times. And fucking
Yeah,
ding,
before the
ding,
can
ding,
came
and
down.
it is spraying fucking Pepsi all over the
I'm not
goddamn
gonna lie.
range.
He pulled it out, and I was like, "Oh, I want to shoot that thing so bad."
Yeah.
And then he launched that can, and John tagged it 3 times. I was like, "I don't want to shoot it anymore."
Yeah. Can't fucking follow that.
I was like, "Never mind. I don't
getting-
want to shoot this thing
I'm getting embarrassed.
because I'm not gonna hit that can."
Yeah.
Like if he had whiffed it.
I'd
Like
have
if
been
you just been like, "Pff," I was like, hey, let me try that out. Because then
Yeah.
if I'd whiffed it, I'd been like, yeah, well, you know, what are you gonna do? But when that can went out and he was like, tink, 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 I was like, I don't want to shoot the shotgun anymore.
Yep.
Because I wanted to shoot it. I've wanted to shoot it since the first time he showed me that fucking thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, this thing just looks like a
You never shot
fucking...
it?
No, I've never fired it.
No,
shit.
so I mean, I think Mike
But
could
after
probably
he
get
tagged
to
a
it in
can
the story.
3 times in flight, I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to
Yeah.
shoot this.
Well, then, so we were sharing the range that day. There was a 22 competition going on another range,
Yeah.
another bay. And these guys, one guy comes over because he hears us fucking shooting the can launcher. And he's like, oh, I just heard somebody else shooting something else over here. Da, da, da. And I was like, well, do you want to shoot it?
Well, yeah, he started to get all bowed up or whatever. And I finally was just like, you want to launch a can? He's like, well, yeah, fucking, I'll give it a shot. And I was like,
yeah.
because they were out there shooting there was like 6 people
Yeah.
out there doing a 22 LR match.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's 6 of you, guy. Like, relax. Like, you own the fucking organization that's putting on this match. Like, fuck off. There's 6 of you and like 3 kids. Like, relax.
Yeah.
So, but
So
he came over.
So I
He was
let him
like,
shoot the can launcher.
so I was like, and I kind of just, it's not my weapon, but I just kind of was like,
Here.
hey, do you want to launch a can? And I was like, whatever, I'll give Mikey the fucking 30 cents it costs to replace this blank. Like,
I think we're okay.
But, like, fuck it. And so,
It's called de-escalation.
yeah. So he got to
good
launch
thing.
the can, which immediately calmed this dude down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you know, the match after this, we're coming over here and whatever. That's why we have the target set up downrange. I was like, that's fine. We're just here to 0. We're only shooting at 100 meters. Like, da-da-da-da-da. As soon as you guys get down on that range, we'll just trade ranges.
Yeah.
Like, you want this one? We'll go to that one. It's fine. And then the rest of the fuck crew came over in the middle of fucking 0 efforts.
Yeah. And like, we're shooting. You can hear us fucking shooting. We all have ears on because we're fucking responsible individuals who came to a range and we're shooting with our fucking ears.
But so I'm gonna be devil's advocate here, right? So these guys, because I talked to them for a little bit, and they shoot a lot.
They do.
And
They're
they
PRS
shoot,
shooters,
and a lot
and
of
they're
matches. They shoot a
super
lot of
long
stuff.
range guys.
They have a lot of really good equipment. And one of the perks of shooting 22 competitions is you don't need to wear ears.
You're right.
And some of the perks of shooting some of the PRS competitions is I think there's only like a couple matches a year where in order to shoot in the match, you're required to use a silencer.
Which you guys have done, because you've shot
Yeah.
Quiet Riot and all those others.
And if you don't have one, they'll loan you one while you're at the match to shoot.
Right.
And it's the most amazing thing in the world to not have to wear ears the entire day long and go shoot and go do whatever. And it's so nice.
You know what? I will back you on that. That you're right. It's one of the perks and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
However,
But I don't want to fucking hear that you came to the range and you have a range bag with you and there's not a fucking set of ears in your range bag.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, neither one of the rifles that we were firing out there that day are quiet.
yeah.
Like, we have very aggressive brakes on the front of those things, specifically to take the recoil out of the rifle.
Yeah.
You are not going to have a brake that takes away that much recoil and isn't loud as fuck.
Well,
like,
to my point is that
they could hear it.
They could hear us shooting, and they all just walked the fuck over ever. And then and they were just like, hey, none of us have ears, so you guys have to stop. And we were just like,
and walked onto a hot
you
range,
couldn't have
by the
fucking
way.
stood over there and waited fucking 10 minutes, man.
Yeah. Walked onto
Like-
a hot fucking range with somebody behind the rifle
Yeah.
and just decided that we needed to stop.
And I was fucking pissed. I walked away.
Yeah,
Because I was
you
about
walked
to
away.
say some shit. I was about to get in a fight.
I walked away
Like-
and went and sat on your truck.
I talked to him for 15 minutes.
I sat in your truck and then
and I just started packing shit up. I just kept
and I
quiet
was
and started
trying to
packing shit up.
sort of communicate with them and stuff like that until I said, so then I said the phrase, yeah, you guys were out here actually shooting a match. I was on another bay, and you guys were out here shooting pre-COVID. And some dude was like, it's still pre-COVID. COVID's fucking fake. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, buddy. Pre-lockdown, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
I was trying to say, I'm aware that you guys come out here and shoot.
And as soon as he said it, Jez knew I was about to say something.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting there and Mikey looks over and goes, yeah, pre-COVID. Like when you had it in January, did you die? And I was like, no, felt like I had the flu and now I'm fine.
I was like, Jez, was it fake when you had it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right.
Whatever. And then John talked to him and, so these guys were all trying to flex. It was like, we're doing this, that, and the
And I
other.
knew-
And John could like smell it in the air. It was just like, oh, a fellow chucker, eh? And then like just immediately laid into, and then just flopped his dick out on the table in the most casual way I have ever seen in my life. And it was amazing. So let me set the scene for you. You've got all of these yokels down here at this 22 LR match. And don't get me wrong, I want to build a 22. Like
Right.
I want a 22 bolt gun to go out there and do the same shit they're doing with.
It looked
Right?
like a good time.
They're
It looked
cool.
It looked fun.
I dig them.
Yeah, they were doing an ELR 22 match out to 400.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
they had one MOA target with a fucking a 5 foot white.
Yeah, it's
backer.
a 5x5 white
'Cause
backer,
the
but a
guy
12-inch
straight up,
target.
he's just like, yeah, you can't fucking see splash at that point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at least you can see if you missed kind of close.
Nice.
So these guys are out there and they're trying to talk about like, well, everything we have is voodoo rigs and da 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 da. So Johnson's like, yeah, that's really fucking cool. We're in the middle of building a new 22 right now. We actually have an action coming in from, can't remember the name of the company.
Yeah, we got a Rimex coming. We should be here next week. We're putting it
Yeah,
together.
and he was like, well,
All
they
of-
changed their name from Bighorn. And he was like, I'm actually part owner of Wardfighter Tobacco, and my partner was part owner of Bighorn Actions, and and just like flopped this giant dick fucking out on the table, and all these guys were like, oh. And I'm like sitting in the back, fucking just drinking my water, going, go ahead, John. Just casually tell all these people to sit the fuck down, son.
Well, it wasn't really the flop in the dick part. It was more or less
it was fucking hilarious.
So, like those guys, they have $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 tied up in the rigs that they shoot.
Yep.
Not like one in particular, but all of the setups that they have.
And by the way,
And so
one of the guys that was there, Mikey, you've been behind one of his rifles. You were behind his 6.5 bolt gun
Yeah,
and all
it
that
was
kind of
fucking
stuff.
great rifle. Fuck.
It's not that these guys are bad
one I
shots or
shot
don't
the,
know what they're doing or anything like that.
I
It's
blew up the Tannerite fucking for
they
Christmas.
just they got a little douchey.
But when
about
those
it.
guys, when they, especially like how in this situation, a very unique situation, they're in the process of shooting a sanctioned match, meaning the scores that they have tally up over the course of a shooting season, and they get ranked in place to go to larger competitions where they can win up to 10, 15 grand, depending on.
And I'm sure
all
they
the
were
matches.
super proud that they were out shooting the 12-year-old girls that were out there with them.
The girls were shooting, but they were shooting in the youth leagues or the kids leagues or whatever class that they're shooting in. But when those guys, when you're at a range and they're shooting competition style stuff, and we're out there kind of just fucking around, and we're just plinking ARs, and they got these super nice rigs. In their eyes, when they see that, they're like, "Oh, great! Here's a bunch of fucking idiots just slinging steel at a range." And so I wasn't trying to lay my dick out. I was more or less just trying to be like, "Hey, I appreciate what you guys are doing. I see the equipment that you have. This is the knowledge that we have in the background coming behind us, just to kind of make it a mutually respectful playing field of like, I see what you're doing and it's great. We're out here doing this, but the level of things that you're at, we're well aware of it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He may or may not have also dropped that his partner's a sniper instructor.
Ooh.
Which was kind of fucking hilarious to watch all their faces go, oh. And I'm like, yeah, which means that
I did throw your name around a little bit.
He's like, you don't,
He was sitting there, he was like, he was like,
you've heard of Scott Jansen, the father of modern fucking
Yeah.
rifle shooting?
he was like,
The brother
he's
of
built
John
these stuff.
Browning.
He's like, he's part of Bighorn Arms and da da da. And he was like, Scott Jansen.
John, can I get some more croutons?
But one of their faces literally went, oh. And I was like,
Well, then the cool part was one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Fuck yeah," he's like, "I'm running the TL3 right now. I got a couple more. Then blah blah blah. I'm really trying to get my hands on one of those new 22 actions." Like, it ended up turning into a really good
You're
conversation.
like, oh, you mean the one that my partner invented? Yeah.
once they,
I did had nothing to do with the 22.
once they,
But the TL3 I did.
Yeah.
essentially once John kind of let it be known that even though we weren't there to
have
shoot
that, James?
competition, by the time they figured out that we were there setting up our wives for Mammoth and
Yeah.
like the education that was behind everybody, and then found out
Yeah, that was another big thing. Is once they knew that they were getting their rig set up for Mammoth, that was like,
that was the
okay.
turning point, because then it
Yeah.
was like, oh, and it was like, yeah. So if you want to know why they're built on AR frames that are super light, that's why.
Yeah.
And so, and then when they found out that everybody there except for our wives were military, and like all that, and it was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
what? Just because I'm not out here in some fucking PRS jersey or whatever gun association you picked in Texas, because it's fucking Texas, and we've got
Yeah, right.
10,000 of them. Like,
I did ask one wrong question. I asked, "Oh, that's cool that you guys are shooting a 22 comp. Who's putting it on, and how do I find information about it?" Thinking, I was like, "Oh, go to this, go to that, whatever.
yeah,
Here's the
it's
website."
a Facebook group.
That was a 10-minute answer.
Well, because they tried to make it sound
But it was
way
cool
bigger
because-
than it was,
well,
but
no,
it's a Facebook group. Like, and I happen to know that, and they're good dudes. The
Yeah.
guys from AR 500.
Yeah, great dudes.
And he wasn't one of the problems. They
I
are.
don't know. He looked
500
at me
guy
like I
wheel.
was a fucking asshole. Did you see that when I like fucking tapped him on the shoulder? I was like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" He's like,
I swear
"Hey."
to God, he forgets who we are every
And
fucking time we see him.
really? I had you on my fucking show. I fucking interviewed you twice.
Yeah.
I called your dad during COVID to make sure he was good to go.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, me and you should be like buddies.
I've seen him and his dad at the gun show every month prior to the lockdown and shit like that. Like, and he always wants to act like he's never seen us before.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
That port finished St. Augustine
ate your ice.
really looks port finised.
Yep.
Looks like fucking iced tea.
Right?
Wow.
But
Yeah. Sorry. I know it's audio show and you guys can't see.
yeah. But at any rate, it was an interesting time at the range. And then when we moved back over,
The girls did fucking great.
the
though.
girls did great. John's instruction was fantastic.
They shot. The best part is they don't have any bad habits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching the videos that you took. Fucking phenomenal.
They look great.
Like there's no anticipation. Their fucking follow through. When instructed, their follow through was fucking money. They weren't fucking moving. They were like letting each shot fucking like they weren't even surprised. There was no movement. It was fucking impressive.
Next time you got to bring some dummy rounds and throw them in there.
No, I was going to get to that.
The,
So Haley,
Well, I brought up when we were out there because I was standing between the two of them,
Yeah.
watching their body position. Like when they'd shoot, it was like watching carbon copies. Like there was, like heels were down.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Nice.
holy shit! They were directly in line with the rifle to let
Nice.
that recoil travel everywhere.
So,
I was like,
what
son of a
What
bitch.
Scott was saying about the dummy rounds is probably one of the best and cheapest training tools that you can use.
I do that with Haley.
So-
I throw empties in her magazine to fucking teach tap rack bang and shit.
No,
no, no.
Run
No,
pistols.
dummy rounds.
So it's so it looks like you don't know any difference. It just
Right.
doesn't go bang,
Right.
right? And you load my mag and you put it randomly. I don't know where it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I just go back to
Or
shooting.
you don't even tell them you're doing
or you don't
it.
even tell them.
Yeah. I do.
And
This is exactly what I do.
So
with
when
the-
you
with
get
the-
to it, that's when you can tell if you flinch, if you move, if whatever.
Because you'll pull the trigger and you'll see that. And
Yeah,
you're like, oh,
it's like or
fuck.
the anticipation
Like,
or whatever.
That was
So
terrible.
The funny
Yeah.
thing, so we're talking about magazines, and because they were running these
the 10
the
rounds.
10 rounders, and I had a 20 rounder, and I was like, you guys should get these. And I can't remember if it's Haley or Caitlin that was like, well, I got a 30 round mag. It's like, well, you can't use that in the prone; it's too long.
That was Haley.
Haley, yeah, because she's got
And so
30 rounders.
I gave you my 20 rounder. Mikey's holding it and loading this 20 rounder, right? Haley
Right.
picks up the empty mag,
No.
loads it in the gun.
You had fucking shot her rifle.
Oh, and I shot it empty, and I left it.
And you left it. You left it in there. So she gets in there and she's like, "Are there rounds in my rifle?" And we're all like, "Yeah, we think so." Didn't fucking.
The
Hits
hilarious
bolt
part
and
was,
gets down, everything like that.
but hold on, you got to preface it because right before that, fucking John gives this great speech about if it takes you 2 minutes to pull the round, it takes you 2 minutes to pull the round because you cannot miss fast enough
Yeah.
to make up for a bad shot.
Yeah.
Gives this whole speech about how it's great. Take
your
all
time,
the
doesn't
time in the
matter,
world. Da, da, da.
you know.
So she's down there. You see her full body relax. You see her adjusting. She's fucking
Got her
adjusting her
breathing
bag.
breathing is perfect. the
Breathing's
whole
perfect.
nine.
Everything. Her cheek weld's awesome. I literally watched her spine and everything relax because she just like
Yeah.
let all the like.
Yeah.
And she's perfect and goes
natural respiratory
it goes-
pause.
click.
And not a fucking muscle on her body, not a hair moved.
Nothing
And I
moved.
was just
the
like,
rifle didn't move. It was everything was pond still, right?
So
Just
I'm
this-
like, babe, you got to send it forward because it was still locked to the
no,
back.
it wasn't that. She goes, "What the fuck?" And Mikey goes, "Oh."
hands are the mag.
Mikey goes, "Oh, you're gonna need this," and she goes, "Fucker," and drops her mag and swapped everything out. She still nailed her target, but it was the whole setup and
that's
everything was
great,
just fucking
though.
beautiful.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like she didn't fucking flinch. There was nothing. It was great.
Yeah.
Now at the same time,
Like when
she should have confirmed that her weapon was ready to
100%.
fire.
That's why
So,
I was
like,
like, fucking. It's
That
your
was
weapon,
the
dude.
biggest
Like,
mistake.
But we use it as a learning
Right.
point.
yeah.
The biggest mistake in all of that, although the body position of the trigger squeeze and everything was fantastic, it's your weapon.
Yeah.
You're the one behind it. You should confirm that the son of a bitch is ready to fire. You shouldn't be asking other
Yeah.
people.
Well, that's what it was because I told her I was like, you got to rack it. That's what I said. I was like, you have to rack it. After she loaded, I was like, you have to rack it. Being a smartass. And she goes, give me a fucking minute. And I was like, no, whoa.
I'm on the spot and scope and I was giggling.
And then
I
Johnny
get in the
Boy
car and
goes,
I'm like, why are you fucking yelling at me?
Johnny Boy goes, Jazz, why don't you get on the spotting scope so I can watch the girls. And I was like, sure. I get up to the spotting scope, and the fucking the eyepiece is on like my forehead. I'm like on my toes, and I was like,
that's always been a problem with John and
I was
too.
like, God damn it. And he goes, oh, by the way, you can adjust that however you want to. And I was like, yeah, fuck off. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like having to lower the whole fucking tripod
He's like,
down.
Mikey, maybe you get on a spotting scope.
So I got on the spotting scope and stuff like that. I was pretty good though. I didn't say anything. The only piece of advice I gave out was you were on the spotting scope, and I think you were watching Caitlin, and I was on Haley's side, and I watched her just kind of slap the trigger.
Yeah.
And so all I said the whole time I was out there was just, Hale, when you're back there, just make sure you're holding that trigger to the rear. Yeah. Wait for impact. Confirm impact.
Squeeze, let it surprise
you. And then let go. After you've confirmed your impact and you know where the round is, then let go of the trigger.
Yeah.
But that's all I said. And Hale just went like, yep, got it. I was like, all right, cool. And she did it from there forward. So,
no, man, the girls can shoot, dude.
But I think that was the perk of having so many of us out there.
When I used to like take the guys to the sniper ranges and stuff, and we would train, we'd have to, as a sniper, you have to focus on letting all your surroundings just like, it doesn't matter. It's you, the rifle, the scope, the target, like that's it.
Yeah.
And so we'd be on the range, and I'd be standing over my guys with a canteen of water, and as soon as they were getting ready to squeeze it off, I'd drip water on their neck or some shit, like just to get them over. Like, you got to block out everything.
Yeah. Well, I was poking my wife in the butthole. Is that the same thing?
Well, it won't. I mean, the girls, it doesn't matter so much because it's not going to matter.
Because they're used to ignoring us?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're pros. They're pros at this point.
So.
But no, it was a great time. And John, we can't thank you enough, man, for
that was fun.
And Scott, same thing, man. I mean, like the amount of the gear, the instruction, the guidance and stuff like that. I mean, shit, the glass that's on the weapons right now, the glass is on there because you were like, I know what you're doing, but seriously, you need to go look at these. Yeah. This is going to be the best option and stuff like that.
So I think,
and boy, it is fucking handy having matching glass between the two fucking rifles.
I was going to say
that's money.
The cool thing is, so like Scott and I, when we used to shoot, we had identical setups. We had barrels done on the same reamer, ammo that was loaded.
Barrels done on the same reamer
from the same block
consecutively.
Yeah,
we
had identical scopes.
It didn't matter.
Rings.
Like the round was perfectly matched to either one of our rifles. Like they were universal.
Straight up with the girls' rigs, other than the handguard. Yeah, it would be really hard to tell the difference between the two weapons.
No, it's night and day. Yeah. It really is. When it comes down to that, it's night and day. But the cool thing is, you guys, they're using the same optics. So when I was telling them about making corrections, like you're seeing through your scope what she's seeing through her scope,
and use the reticle.
Yeah,
you can literally go like
it's a tape measure.
You're fucking. You're
that's what she's
2
saying.
marks off left.
She's like, so mills are dicks.
Yeah.
And the fucking smaller what she said, she goes, the big ones are dicks and the little ones are pubes.
Yeah. It was funny too, because like one of them was like a 10th off, and they called it a half. And I was like, well, is it a half of a tick mark or is it half of a mil? I was like, because that's a huge difference.
Yeah. As long as you
that was
understand
the only other
each
thing
other.
I called out was, are you both looking at it with the same magnification?
That should
the magnification doesn't matter on those.
Well, no, because
focal.
with that first focal plane,
doesn't matter. Your reticle moves, and so that form of distance on your reticle between the tick marks is going to be the same.
That's why you. Yeah, that's why you don't want a second focal plane, because it's always the same size,
and your zoom changes.
And then you have to have the exact same zoom for them to be universal.
That doesn't make sense.
So when you
if it's changing size, that's going to change the number of hash marks.
So
that
hold
you're
on.
see.
On a first focal plane, when you zoom in, your reticle grows.
It's bigger. Yeah.
But
so does your picture.
So does your field of view.
No. Okay. No, now I'm tracking.
And it's proportionate.
Now I'm tracking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. So anyways, that was the end of the weekend. I got home from the range, took a nap because I was fucking done.
Hold on. I want to hear this fucking story that I have no memory of. From my birthday party. And Reese, if you're listening to this, I apparently need to preemptively apologize to you, because I have no reason whatsoever I can think of as to why I would do this, and I have no memory of this fucking story.
So John and I are standing out on the patio.
So I'll preface what Mikey just said.
So we'll just call this the so no shit story, because I don't remember this shit at all.
So
Scott, how was your weekend?
Oh yeah. By the way,
Let's get to Scott
Scotty.
real quick, and we'll jump into that story.
It was good. Like
went on a
the
tangent.
only difference from John's and your guys' was Sunday, and I went to the river on Sunday, and it was
Smart move.
Yeah,
Very
it
fucking
was
smart move.
it was nice, but it was a small but rowdy crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Anything fun and interesting?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Let's just say I saw like 4 different sets of tits.
Oh, fuck.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and there was like
There was no tits at the range.
there was like
50 people.
50 people there.
Wow,
So it was just one rowdy crowd. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
that works.
Yeah,
Fucking A.
yeah. But that's it. Yeah.
So no shit, there we were.
Yeah, Jazz's patio
Yeah.
on a super soft birthday party.
God, it was soft.
Super soft.
Super soft.
But no, so I think how it happened.
I was wearing a very comfortable outfit though.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Well,
I'll give Haley credit for that one, too.
if y'all want to see it, we did go live.
Go watch a live feed and watch the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
'Cause I went live. I showed everybody. I'm like, Jazz, happy birthday. He's like, oh, I'm like, put your arms up.
And you moose knuckled everybody.
Yeah, no, I went back and watched it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 10 seconds. It was like 2 minutes of y'all motherfuckers not informing anybody you had gone on to the
Me and John knew.
Yeah,
you'd gone Facebook Live.
we were building up the audience.
Yeah.
So we're standing there having a cigar.
But so I think, and I don't know what the conversation that Jazz and Reese had,
Reese was complimenting you on the whiskey.
but
He was talking about how great Horse Soldier was.
I remember fuck all about this.
And fucking Reese walks inside, and
that's
Jazz
'cause
turns around and looks at us.
when I picked up on what was going on, Reese walked inside, Jazz turns around and literally just stands there with like a matter of fact look on his face, and he looks up at Mikey and he's like, I think Reese wants to fight me. And I look
And
at
I'm like,
Mikey.
no, he doesn't.
And I'm like, yeah, Mikey's like, no, he doesn't. I'm like, I don't think so, bud. Like, I really don't think so. He's like, yeah, he does. Yep, Reese wants to fight me.
And we're like, pretty sure he doesn't, Jess. I think you misconstrued a situation somewhere, bud.
You read body language incorrectly.
And then Jazz
I
goes,
have no memory of this.
and then Jazz goes, I think I can take him.
And to preface this, no, you fucking cannot. Right? Like, Reese is an in shape dude who lifts a lot. Like, and he's a fucking hillbilly from Georgia who could probably throw.
He was an infantry dude too.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
we'll say that.
He's
Kind of.
he's a
you mean the
lieutenant.
non-airborne ranger?
He's a lieutenant.
And yes, I can say that because I'm not airborne either.
So, but Jazz is like, I think I can take him. And we're like, Jazz, don't do that.
Like,
Don't
this is not
do
a good
that.
idea.
And he's just like, no, he wants to fight me. And I'm like, I'm telling you, he doesn't want to fight you. And then you just forgot about it. And you were just like, oh, super soft coon corn.
Can anybody else confirm this?
30 seconds later, you move on with whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
There was somebody else standing there. I don't know who it was.
I was there.
So
Yeah.
I was not there, but I wholeheartedly believe this story without a doubt in my mind.
Fuck you, Justin.
I think Oscar might have been standing there. It might have been me, John, and Oscar standing there.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
I was there.
Yeah, I know.
I
Scott was
remember
there.
all
Reese, if you're listening to this, man,
could've
I
been
fucking
us three
apologize, man. If this happened, I have no reason to fight you whatsoever.
Unless you told Jazz you wanted to fight him.
But here's
At
the
that
thing.
point, like, we didn't hear it, and good on you, bud.
But I don't think Reese knew anything about this.
No,
I don't think.
Reese was like, "This is great bourbon," and then walked away.
Like,
and then you go, "He wants to fight me." It was like,
Because like
no, he doesn't.
when Reese came back out on the patio, there was like no change in demeanor, no change in conversation, body language. There's no change because I'm like I had 4 beers and a whiskey, so for me that's nothing.
Yeah.
you know. So Reese walks back on the patio, and I'm just sitting there like, is this gonna go down or what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like you said, you don't remember. It was like that 2 minutes of your life was just like brain dumped.
Yeah.
And gone.
I have no memory of
Because
it
then you guys started
whatsoever.
talking and you were
Yeah, and you
fine.
guys
And we
were
were
just-
like, and I look at Sean and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy on? Like, how fucking hammered is Jazz? Super soft hammer.
Yeah, fuck. I don't remember that.
Jazz just
literally
wanted to
at
go
all.
from a super soft party to a hard party.
Dude, it was funny because at the beginning of the party, I went outside and they're all like smoking cigars and stuff. And somebody was like, oh, yeah, talking about knives. And I was like, whoa. This is a super soft party. Knives are too hard. We're not talking about knives.
Then we
keep
had
this super soft.
a great porn discussion. or
I actually liked that game. It was a good time.
It was an interesting game.
That was a very unique game.
So if you want to find things out about your friends,
You learn a lot.
here's a drinking game for you. So
the only problem I had is it was the most recent. Like,
that's because we know our friend group, and you can't be like,
but it should have
what
been,
have you ever watched? Because you would just drink.
It should have been the
every time.
go-to,
Yeah.
not the most recent.
So the drinking game goes, you nominate somebody, and then it goes around the ring, and everybody tries to guess their most recent porn preference.
Category.
Yeah, their category that they want to go to.
Yeah.
And if you guess it right, they have to drink. If you guess wrong,
You have
you
to
drink.
Yeah.
And we found some things out about people
Yeah.
during my birthday party.
Turns out lately I've been into bukkake.
Turns out Oscar super into bondage porn. Like,
Had no idea.
there you go.
Way to go, Oscar.
Yeah.
Michelle had some very unique guesses.
Yes, Michelle was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, you
Now-
should probably
now-
check
but
your old
she
lady's
was a
butt
very
search
good
history,
guesser.
bud.
She nailed
a
like
very
3
good
people.
guesser.
She got 3 people though.
Yeah.
I know, like you should probably check her fucking history.
But she was in left field on a couple of them.
Well, her preference was also like, all right, fucking.
Yeah. And like we knew yours.
Yeah.
Because
that
you were
was
like,
easy.
I just said it.
5 times.
I've been trying to talk her into this for years.
The only thing better than 2 tits is 4 tits.
I think the best though is when somebody asked Justin about threesomes, and he's like, 3 dudes or 3 chicks?
I had been drinking way more since when y'all got there. Yeah.
Threesome porn. 2 dudes or 2 chicks.
Three dudes
No,
or
it
3
was
chicks?
three
Like,
dudes
three
or
Three
three
dudes or 3
chicks.
chicks. And I was like,
Yeah, that came out of my mouth, and John's eyes got
Wait.
so big. I was like, "Fuck!"
But
me.
you asked 3 dudes or 3 chicks, and I instantly said 3 dudes. Or I
yeah,
said,
you
No,
did
I
not
said-
hesitate with the answer.
and I said 3 chicks, and you're like, no.
hey, I had to get down to the details, which you were still wrong about. But
Yeah, but
apparently, if you had said 3 dudes, though, you'd have fucking nailed it.
no, we came back to my answer.
that's
We all
what you
found
made
out.
it sound like.
I was
Anyway.
throwing y'all off.
Luckily, everybody had been drinking quite a bit, so
Yeah.
probably
Jesus.
most people's preferences were
But,
forgotten.
and it was
but-
funny too. 'Cause, like we got there and we started talking about that, and Madison's like, I don't know anybody here except for like Scott and Michelle, and like I've hung out with like Mikey and Jazz like once or twice. She's like, I don't know if I feel comfortable. And I was like, well, let's
She
just
did
have
fine.
some drinks. Let's just see.
Yeah.
Like, you're obviously clearly you're not going to be like one of the first people somebody picks, so we'll just kind of play it by ear. And so about halfway through it, she's like,
Yeah, it's not going to matter.
yeah, she's like, oh, that's not that bad. So on the way home, we actually talked about it because like I wanted to make sure, like, hey, was that too fucking weird? Because I have really weird friends.
If you're going to be around,
Yeah,
you better get used to this
She
shit.
nailed yours though. She guessed yours.
Yeah, she did.
Like, and you were like, yeah.
I was like, oh shit, okay. But so like on the way home,
By the
we
way,
were talking about it.
It's terp porn.
And-
Just so you know.
It is. It's turp porn.
Which fucking Justin, he's like Arabs. Fuck you.
The best part was her reaction to my guess, though. The face that she made.
She was
Oh,
like,
priceless.
no.
Yeah, it was an
I was
interesting game.
like,
By the way, my wife invented that game. Like, I
Yeah.
don't,
But so we were talking about it on the way home, and just hey, like that was fucking a little weird for some people that aren't used to that kind of stuff. Like,
Sure.
And she's like, the best part about that whole period, a portion of sitting on the patio during that party was the fact that it could have gotten really fucking weird, but not a single person judged another person.
yeah,
not at all.
And not even in not even like a weird facial, not even
Yeah.
like I can't believe you fucking like.
Matter of fact,
No.
it was actually, if somebody guessed it right,
were like, "Fuck
it was
yeah!"
like a
Like,
celebration. Where it was like, yes! Like, fucking, like, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was, that's how I knew right there that it was a huge party. There was what, 14 of us, 15 of us or something
yeah,
like
about
that.
15 people. Sure.
I was like, look at that. I've actually got some pretty damn decent people in my life where it was like,
It's a pretty judge-free bubble.
yeah, everything's,
When everybody
everybody's kind
kept
of
guessing stuff, I was like,
into
I've
their
been there.
thing.
I've been there. I've been there.
Well, and that was
Fucking fuck. Maybe I have a problem.
they're running through topics, and I was like, seen it. Oh fuck. Yeah,
I love how we had to put like rules of like no, like most recent. Okay, well, it still covers a lot.
What's your current go-to?
like within the past couple days? Oh, okay.
In reality,
I love all my fucked up friends.
I'm kind of all over the board.
Yeah. That's what I was like. I'm going to play this game, and
I was upset
pretty
about-
much doesn't matter what somebody says. They're going to be right.
Nobody said midget porn.
Oh, nobody did.
Yeah, it's,
Nobody said midgets. Tentacle porn wasn't there.
I think like 3 people guessed tentacle porn for Oscar.
Really?
For Oscar, though. Yeah. Shit got weird with it.
She went dark with Oscar.
Well, Oscar's a wild card, man. Like,
He is, man.
It's the quiet virgins that you never fucking know about.
Oscar's the guy that a couple weeks ago we had.
He's
on
really
our
into
live
animated tentacle porn with chicks that wear tails and tie people up.
Yeah.
that are goth.
And chinchillas.
That's where the tail comes in.
Yeah. But it's a chinchilla tail specifically.
Anthropomorphized chinchillas that are really good at
Imagine
Japanese
being-
knots with tentacles.
I don't know if any of this is true, but we love you, Oscar.
Imagine being
everybody.
that porn star that's getting ready to play that scene, and she's just like looking at herself and like, "What the?
How the fuck did I get here? Like, how the fuck? Like,
I really should have gone to
I
college.
need to make better
and then
life
she's like,
choices."
"This is awesome. How did I get here?
fucking
This
love
is
my
so
life."
great."
Jesus Christ.
well, fuck, boys.
Yeah, I think that's about it
Wow.
there.
Sounds like we had a fucking phenomenal weekend. We
It was a
didn't even-
good fucking weekend.
dude.
And
So,
you know, sorry we didn't get serious, but with all the shit going on in the world today,
you know what?
little-
y'all
levity.
probably fucking needed this.
Yeah, you need a little bit of fucking goofy shit. So,
So, watch porn. I don't know. No, like, fucking.
yeah, that's what I learned.
Yeah.
Wait, and Navy, put the boat fire out for fuck's sake.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing I want to
That's
do.
all
I
I'm
was,
serious
I was
with
on the bottom of
Oh,
Shard,
yeah.
man.
Really, really?
Yeah, I've been on that ship, but it fucking it sucks, man, because we're gonna lose it. They're gonna lose that ship, and it's like,
I don't know. I've been listening. It sounds like they might. They still
No,
have
they're
hope.
already saying they're going to retire it.
yeah, like, but the problem is like we're at a point in history right now where we don't need to be fucking taking down our forces with bullshit. Fort Hood's already fucking a shit show in and of itself.
Yeah.
Now we get the Navy doing this. We
All
got
right,
coronavirus
everybody
and
fucking
other
stop.
stuff.
We just said we're not trying to get fucking serious on this goddamn show. Jesus.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Fuck,
right.
we're trying to give people a
I
reason to
didn't
smile.
say that to lead into stories.
Yeah, God
Sorry.
I said
damn.
it to be like,
Sorry.
hey, I'm glad that we didn't do that.
pulled my string.
Sorry, John.
Fuck.
Sorry, Mikey.
Johnny boy, you want to fucking handle
Anyway,
this?
it is the Navy's fault. That's all. That was the point I
that
was
is a
getting
true
at.
Comes down
story.
to this Navy's fault.
That's the Navy's fault.
Yeah.
All right, fuck, raise your glasses, boys.
God damn it.
Damn it. First off, I want to thank all you beautiful sons of bitches for being my freedom friends.
Fucking A.
And I want to thank everybody out there in podcast land for being our freedom friends.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we got some good
And
ones.
Smash that share button.
yeah, like, share, subscribe, review.
Yeah.
We like that too.
Send us some Sono shits.
Yeah.
Freedomfriendspodcast
We need
at
to embellish.
gmail.com.
Go
Or
to,
just fucking send us a Facebook message because nobody's checking that goddamn email.
Before
Let's
we
fucking
go, don't
face it.
forget to go to warfightertobacco.com. Use code FreedomFriends.
For a sweet.
Sweet.
And by the time this airs, the victories will be back in stock.
Oh shit.
Ooh, shit.
And
That is juice
Yeah.
that is worth the squeeze
Yeah,
right
definitely.
there.
And maybe within another week or two after this, we have some new variations of Pelicans. coming
Oh
out.
shit. Hold on. We didn't do something. Mikey, what are you smoking?
Oh, I had a 556 Garrison Corojo.
Scotty, what did you
I smoked a shit cigar.
Fucking dog terrier.
Yeah, I grabbed one from a factory we were looking at using, and they are all terrible. And I'm just trying
I
to.
haven't had a good one.
I'm just trying to burn through them right now. They
right,
are
well, fuck that
fucking
place.
terrible.
I was
Johnny?
smoking a 50 Garrison. A Skuro Maduro.
Mikey, I'll give you 2 guesses what I smoked.
556 Garrison Corojo.
Good. What's your second guess?
556 Garrison Corojo.
762
There you go.
Sumatra.
Yeah, Johnny got on the second guess.
Same
All right, there we go. So now, like, share, subscribe, review, all that kind of stuff. And as always, tell your mom,
Tell your friends.
tell your mom's friends,
Jack Mandeville is single.
and look into Flocon de Neige.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch porn. Because that is all part of our motto around here.
Yeah.
Which is smoke on.
Drink on.
And god damn it.
Porn the fuck on.
That's
There
right.
you fucking go.
Because that's freedom, bitch.
We'll see you guys next time.
Later.